Have you ever wondered why when you shoot video on your iPhone, the color pops, but then when you shoot video on an actual Canon or Sony camera, it just looks kind of drab? But then you see all these vloggers and filmmakers using the same professional cameras and the color looks amazing. Far better than the iPhone. Well, this is thanks to color grading. It's a step in the editing process designed to balance and enhance the color in a video and maybe even add a dramatic effect to set the mood for a scene. In fact, the video that comes straight out of a professional camera is designed to be more flat and drab because then you can do more with the color grading. The problem is a lot of new vloggers and creators just don't do it because it can kind of seem complicated at first, but it doesn't have to be. In this video, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to do a basic color enhancement to make your videos look much more beautiful. And then I'm going to show you an even easier way to add in some amazing color film looks just like this. Now, color grading is literally a science, and every software program from Final Cut to Premiere to Photoshop and Lightroom handles the controls slightly differently. There are vector scopes, waveforms, histograms, RGB parades, curves, wheels, and of course, sliders. Now, you don't need to understand all of this to get started. You just need to understand a few main controls that are basically universal across all of these programs. So today I'm going to show you them in Final Cut Pro. So first of all, if you have any issues with the clip, you're going to want to correct your footage. This will ensure that the exposure is as on point as possible and that the color balance is appropriately balanced. To be sure we have the same layout, go to Window, Show in Workspace, and see that you have all of the same windows showing. Over in the inspector, you'll want to be in this tab, and you can then hit Command-6 to open up a new color board. And you'll see that the moment you make a correction in here, then the color board is created. So if you jump back over to this side, you'll see where the color board lives and you can toggle it on and off if you like. All right, so we've got a nice beach clip here, which is looking a bit flat. So of these three, we're first gonna start with exposure. We've got your highlights, midtones, and shadows. And a pretty popular thing to do is to bring up the highlights, bring down the shadows to just add in some contrast. And for this, midtones, I'm gonna bring them down a bit and bring the highlights up a bit more. So add in some nice contrast. Because it's more of a scenic thing rather than a headshot, contrast can be quite welcome. Next we'll move over to the saturation, same thing, shadows, midtones, highlights. I think that overall we're just gonna add some universal saturation because again, it's the beach and we welcome color. Saturation is definitely subjective. It depends on what kind of look you're going for. A lot of people like to decrease saturation. A lot of people like to crazy over increase it, which I do not recommend. But like I said, because this is the beach, we're gonna give it a little bit. We're gonna put a little bit more saturation in the midtones, so that's gonna bring out some of the, oh gosh, I don't wanna say red in her hair because my child does not have red hair. But it's kind of like an auburn, so that brings in some nice interesting color and also some color in this little toy here. And then we can move over to actual color. So of all systems, Final Cut definitely has the strangest, way of manipulating color, especially in this basic color board. But here we have the highlights, midtones, and shadows again, and then this is global. So if, for example, globally, we wanted to add kind of like the orangier red, we would just bring this completely up. And if we wanted to add cyan, we could either subtract that or, push cyan right there. So it's kind of the same situation. It's funny, I'm teaching Ella the colors right now, and literally she's got these stacking cups, and one of them is blue, and one of them is literally cyan. And I'm just like, honey, this is cyan. Please learn this. Now, one common color grading thing to do is to add in the highlights or in the midtones, which is going to represent your skin tone, you add like an orangish yellow. And then in the shadows, you're gonna add sort of a teal. So that's like your classic teal and orange, and it's really for skin tone. We don't have a lot of skin tone in this. And really the goal with this is to have these colors that you're adding be perfectly complementary. So if you really wanna quickly get into it, we can go into the video scopes and look at the vector scope, which deals with color. So see, this line right here is the skin tone line. And as we move this, like that, because it's on this line, that would say that that is the appropriate skin tone. Again, there's not a lot of skin tone in this particular clip, but it's a good thing to know. So again, we go over to this tab, you see your color board here, uncheck it, it goes away. You can select it and completely delete it. You can add a second color board. There's all sorts of stuff you can do. So from here, there are still about a million more things you can do, and color grading can be a lot of fun if you get really, really into it. but I promise you an awesome and easy way to get amazing film looks without having to get too deep into this science, at least today. So if you don't already know about them yet, I would like to introduce you to a thing called LUTs. They're pretty much just filters or presets that manipulate the color in your videos in one click. Well, in a few clicks. Now, most editing suites come with a few built-in presets, but they're never really that awesome. Kind of like the titles and transitions that come with Final Cut are a bit cheesy. Well, so are the color presets. So most video editors will create their own looks and presets using either the built-in controls or a third-party plugin. I personally have been using one called Color Finale, which is pretty in-depth and cool. And over my many years of travel vlogging, I've created lots of different custom presets and looks that I've used for different things and situations, and they've become pretty valuable to me and my workflow. So recently I decided to get them organized, package them up, and share them with you as downloadable LUTs. So for the first time ever, I am making 2 distinct packs of my freshly refined LUTs available for purchase. Using them will definitely give you a head start on getting that cinematic color you're looking for, or just making your videos look much prettier. In fact, the first pack I created, titled Pretty Pack, was created for the general purpose of beautifying a talking head scene and making skin look much prettier. See, here I am right now without any color grading, and this doesn't look that bad because it's professionally lit. I've got 2 softboxes right here. But sometimes when you're out in the field in like random lighting travel vlogging, skin can look pretty bad. I pretty much created most of these LUTs to help me look a bit more alive during those moments of travel with no makeup and or poor lighting situations. But don't worry, my male vlogging friends, pretty just means pretty video. You'll still look handsome with these skin-saving LUTs applied, as you can see on these gentlemen. So there are 11 LUTs in the Pretty Pack. They do everything from bringing on fresh color pops to creating a creamy sort of teal effect, so going for that super hip washed out look that is really going to make you look glamorous, or you know, handsome. I love what this one does for skin tones. It's called Ruby. Unless you prefer this bright white look, which can be so clean and nice on skin. This one, called Even Flow, has a really cool way of evening out the scene and bringing the background to life. Porch is also going to do amazing things for your skin tone too, far better than Sunless Tanner. Okay, and yes, a few of these might be named after classic rock and or Pearl Jam songs. It was weird naming these, you guys. It's like trying to name nail polish colors. I can only imagine. I think we're lucky I didn't just name them all after Ella, because I was tempted. And to be honest, this entire pack of LUTs was pretty much created around this one right here called Skin Win. It's my life-saving go-to for any time I just look blah in travel videos. This LUT alone has been the main thing I've used in the last 50 or so travel vlogs I've created to simply look more fresh and alive while I'm traveling. And as simple as it looks, this effect is not necessarily an easy one to create. So if you can't create it on your own, then in my opinion, this LUT is a must-have in your editing toolkit. Now, the second pack I created much more with like scenery in mind, although surprisingly, either of the LUTs in either of the packs can be applied to either situations with really cool effects. So here we have an arrangement of different looks that you can really just get creative with. So I've got this sepia-inspired look that is just vintage and creamy and delicious. Did you guys know that oat milk is the new almond milk because it like works even better in coffee? I'm super into it right now. Then I've got some of the blockbuster style teal and orange looks that are sure to please the crowd. And this one, Mud Honey, I mean, what a perfect name for this one. I also love this one, Rusted Root. It's a real color changer, but on the right video clips, I think it's just stunning. Hear California calling. It's going to give you a bright sunny feel when there may not have been much natural sun present. And I don't even know if this is a thing yet, but when creating these LUTs, I became obsessed with creating a video look that is generally inspired by what I do for my Instagram photos, generally using Lightroom. It's like this very monochrome feel with pops of only certain tones of certain color. It has some nice selective desaturation and hue changes, and it just looks so good. It really has that trendy and cool feel to it. I love seeing this in videos, and I definitely plan to use it in my future travel vlogs, and I hope you do too. I'll definitely make another video in the near future, really detailing each of these LUTs and how you can best use them. But for now, I'm pretty confident that when you purchase either of these LUT packs, you will find something that you love that will work for your personal style and footage. I would love to see what you guys create with these LUTs, and I'd also love to hear which one is your favorite, even just from the examples in this video. So leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. Also, feel free to link up any video that you edit using my LUTs, and I will certainly check it out and let you know what I think. I hope you all have enjoyed this information, and in one way or another, it will help you add some awesome color to your travel footage. And don't worry, if you do purchase either of these LUT packs, your download will come with a tutorial video where I show you exactly how to install and use them. It's very, very easy. So definitely check out the link in the video description. You'll also find more info about them on AMaeTV/shop. If you're not yet a subscriber here on AMaeTV, please consider doing so and hit the notification bell for all the latest updates. I've got a new video coming at you every single Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'm always tuned in and engaging with fans for most of that day in the comments section when the video comes out. And of course, feel free to ask me any questions you might have in the comments below or in a direct message. You can DM me on Instagram. I'm Alicia, and I will see you all next time. Bye!